Hey guys, hope you're all doing good. In this video, we'll be writing a computer program to find the root of a given equation using bisection method. Okay, so the whole idea of the bisection method is the root of the function is basically the point where the curve passes the x-axis. Okay, so let us take this as a curve. This is the point where the curve crosses the x-axis, meaning this is the root of the equation. So the whole idea is basically we choose a point which is to the left hand side of this root uh, and also a point which is right hand side of this, right? Meaning what we do is basically we'll identify an x for which the value of f of x is less than 0. Okay, say the curve is f of x, and we'll also find a point where the value of f of x is greater than 0, meaning the curve passes through x-axis one time in this region. Okay, so what we do is we'll take this as the lower limit, this is the xl, and say this is the xu. Okay, and we'll find a point that is midpoint of xl and xu. Okay, so what will be that point? That will be xr equal to xl plus xu by 2. Okay, so after finding this, we'll check whether f of xl into f of xr is less than 0 or not. Meaning if it is less than 0, this may be positive and this may be negative, or this may be negative and this may be positive, right? That is, they are of opposite sign, meaning they are lying either side of the root. Then what we do is if xl into xr is less than 0, meaning if this is negative, then this must be positive, right? So our xr is somewhere here. This is xr. Okay, so what we do is we remove this xu, and what we do is instead of xu we take xu is equal to xr. Okay, and then what we do is follow the same procedure. If f of xl into f of xr is greater than 0, meaning they are lying on the same side, right? So this is here, this point xr. If the point xr is here, then what we do is we neglect this xl and take into consideration xr and xu. Okay, and then we proceed uh, like this in a manner. Okay, so now let us move on to MATLAB. Here I will be starting with, as always, clear all, close all, and CLC, and then I'm going to give my function f as an anonymous function, that is f is equal to anonymous function of x. I'm telling to MATLAB that I'm going to give a function of x which is anonymous, and that function is x to the power 2 plus 5x minus 5. Okay, then what I'm going to do is specify my xl. Say I take my xl as, that is the lower limit. If I take it as 0, then 0 into 0 plus 0 minus 5. Yes, this is my xl, right? I can take that f of xl is less than 0, right? And xu, that is the upper limit, is equal to say I take the value 1. If I take the value as 1, then 1 plus 5 is 6, 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay, here it's showing an error, that is 5 star x, and xu is 1. And then what I'm going to do is find out if f of xl into f of star, let me take this in a bracket, f of xl star f of xu is less than 0, not less than 0. it, if it is greater than 0, then what I'm going to do is telling it to print enter correct initial guess values. Then what I'm going to do is take a break statement. Okay, and then else. that if f of xl into f of xu is less than 0, then what will happen? I'm going to take my value of xr, right? Xr equal to xl plus xu, and that is divided by 2, right? This is my xr, and then I'm going to give my condition, right? If f of xl star f of xr, right, if it is less than 0, then what should be my condition? That is, my L and R are on the opposite sides, right? So what will happen? My XU value will be interchanged with XR, right? So I'm going to give XU equal to XR. Okay. Hope you understood this. If you have any problem, then use the comment box. Then I'll be glad to help you out. Then if XL into XR is greater than 0, meaning if they are on the same side, then what I have to neglect is XL value, right? I have to neglect the XL value. That is, I have to change the XL value to XR, right? And then end this statement. Okay, and also end this if loop. Okay, so if I run the program, let me remove this guy, because break statement can be used only in a for loop or a while loop. Okay, here what you can draw a conclusion from these results is your if loop is executed only one time. Okay, but we have to do repeatedly, right? So for that, for repeated things, what we do is use a for loop. Okay, for I is equal to 1 to say k max. Let me specify a variable k max as 100. Okay, for let me end this loop here. If I do it repeatedly, it will go till k max, right? But I need to know after how many iterations my solution is converging. Okay, so for that, what I'll be doing is, after this else, I'm going to store my value. Okay, let me take it as x underscore b equal to xr. Okay, every time the value of xr is stored in xb. So for making it an array, I'll taking xb of I. Okay, and then I'm going to apply my condition if, because if the roots are very close to each other, then I can convert the solution there and print that the root of the equation is so and so. Okay, so how I'm going to give that? If x underscore b of I minus x underscore b of I minus 1, if absolute value of, let me take the absolute value, is less than, say, different of two consecutive iterations is less than 0.0001, say, I'm going to tell MATLAB to break, meaning you come out of the for loop. Okay, and end this statement. And after coming out of the for loop, I'm going to tell to MATLAB uh, this of, say, x underscore b of n, right? That is the last element of x underscore b array, right? So now if I run the program, it's telling array indices must be positive integers or logical values. It's showing this because we have the value of I as 1, right? From the in the first for loop, I'll be having the value of I as 1. If I take I minus 1, then what it is going to take is x underscore b of 0, which makes no sense in MATLAB, right? So what I'm going to do is simply I'll start I from 2. Okay, so if I run the program, see, I'm getting the root as 0.8541, right? If I check my xb array, so you can see how our solution is converging. That is, first it was 0.5, then 0.75, then 0.875, and so on, until the difference in the values is less than 0.0001. It's going up to there, right? So number of iterations that are required for the convergence is 18, right? Because our for loop is run for 18 times only, right? This is how we find the root of an equation using bisection method. That's all for this video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, like it and share it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel eSkills, hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell. If you're interested in our course MATLAB for Mechanical Engineer, then you can fill the Google form, link to which is given in the description. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye.